Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Keyshawn George.
Defensively, he's really stepped it up over the past few months. You can see the jump in his steal numbers, and it hasn't been by accident. He's put in a ton of effort at the defensive end, and boy, is it paying off.
And now Washington's starting group. They've got Alexander Sarr. George is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Young, and it's Johnson in at the two-guard spot. And for the Mavericks, Chris Middleton is out there with Derek Lively. Then it's Flag. Then there's Max Christie. And it's Irving at the point. It'll be the Wizards off the tip. So, Legs, here we are at the very beginning of an NBA season. Were you a quick starter, or did you have to build up as the season went on?
Well, Kevin, I didn't have a choice. I always tried to come into training camp in the best shape of anybody in there. I wasn't going to run around too many guys, so I had to run away from them. I learned that early in my career. But, you know, sometimes you don't necessarily shoot the ball well out of the gate. That really was season by season.
Now here's Middleton. Back to Christie. Clock at 6. Irving for 3. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Johnson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, GA, you just can't say enough about the skill set of young Trey Johnson.
I mean, this guy came into the league ready. I really like how he gets to his shot, regardless of what the defense throws at him. And he can be dangerous if his defense gets to the same level as his own.
No good on that one. And, Greg, we saw some turnover this summer on the Mavs training staff.
Yes, some talk of internal disagreements in that department. The importance of great teamwork in this league, not just limited to the players in the locker room.
And the second free throw, good. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, the Wizards stacking talented young players and draft assets. Not only that, they'll have a ton of cap space next season, which they will likely not use to sign a star free agent, but rather to absorb contracts in exchange for, you guessed it, more draft picks. This front office is continuing to think long-term, guys.
Priorities straight. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. Now, Flag, following the three-point attempt by Anthony Davis. Now, Flag. Last game we saw him score 32. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Christie against Johnson. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Irving with it. Lively is screen on Young. To the paint. Rebound by the Wizards.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
Davis dishes to George. 1:36 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Johnson. And they pick up 2. Johnson's got 5 now.
Well, you got I don't love the confidence this kid plays with. Johnson feels like he can score inside whenever he wants.
Now here's Middleton. He can't get it to go. Great D that time from Davis. 52 seconds left here in the first quarter. Young taking his time here. Sarr with a screen on Irving. Shots good from Young.
When you defend Trae Young in the pick and roll, you better stop ball first, or he is going to torch you.
To the middle. Here's Lively. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively? That
is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And finished off by Davis.
And there's the power Davis gives you up front. He is a terrific lob partner.
Irving drives in, and it comes off the front of the rim.
He bailed out the defense because that's an easy look for him.
Young from deep three-point range. And so it's the Washington Wizards with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, guys, your thoughts?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Well, it's hard to get stops in this league with so much talent offensively. I love what they are doing right now.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. You've got Russell. He's out there with Carlton Carrington. Koulibaly is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Champagnie in at the 4-man position. You know, Jim, when you look at the law of Koulibaly, outstanding length for a wing.
Yeah, 6'8" with the reach of Stretch Armstrong. The tools are all there. And at his young age, there is plenty of time to develop his offensive skill. And that's why you involve Jones in pick and rolls. His decision-making in these sets is excellent.
Pass to Champagnie. A three-pointer, no good. Mavericks trail by 4. Jones, the pass to Marshall. Gafford sets the pick for Washington. Thompson outside. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Gafford misses. Wizards leading by 4 to the inside. Oh, Davis down low.
And just a good job of getting a high percentage look. Davis knows how to put himself in position to attack.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Chris Middleton comes in for Washington. Max Christie, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Jones. And a switcher also for Washington. Young's checked in for Russell. Here's Irving. Tim, one thing about the NBA, there is never a shortage of exciting young players to watch and cover. Who are you excited excited about in watching them grow and take it from this point forward?
Well, I love two big lead guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Cade Cunningham certainly come to mind. Both of those guys are established stars in this league, and yet there is still so much more they can add to their games. The sky is the limit.
And they seem to have the right attitude. Am I right in your assessment?
They are guys that everybody wants to play with. They're mature as leaders as well.
To Champagny. Here is Davis, lively defending, and they're able to recover. Here's Coulibaly, 5 to shoot, and it's off from three-point range. You know, so much turmoil for the Mavericks last season, GA. Despite that, they were a win away from making the playoffs.
Yeah, they battled valiantly, but to go from the 2024 NBA Finals to the lottery, obviously disappointing. They're looking to make amends this season.
Now let's make a switch here. Flag is checked in. The Wizards also changing it up. Sar's checked in for Davis. Keyshawn George comes in for Coulibaly. And it's Johnson in for Carlton Carrington. The Wizards have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. And Brian Keeve wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Stats for him. Averaged about 8 points a game last season, 4 rebounds and 2 assists. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
Yeah, truthfully, I think his numbers are fine, but in talking to him, he thinks they should be even better.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Here's Sar. Good work defensively by Lively.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot. Well, he not only forced the miss, but he also came down with the rebound.
Nice ball movement by Washington. Johnson can't hit. The Mavericks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Pass to Flag. Middleton outside. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Young outside. To end the drought. It's deflected. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession.
Wizards substitution. Numero 0.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Wizards lead by 1. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Okay, they're thinking about the shot.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
When I look at the Wizards, I've hung with these guys in the offseason. They're better than people think, but they still got to prove it.
Yeah, high hopes for them and for their fans as well. And now let's discuss that first half. The Mavs in a tight one.
This game won't stay close. They continue to shoot under 40%.
And that about wraps it up.
First half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Well, there is nothing better than watching scorers get their points within the flow of the offense.
And this is the second full season for Brian Keefe as head coach of the Wizards.
Even in a rebuild, setting culture matters. Keefe's approach, accountability, teaching, and no shortcuts.
Irving is out there with Max Christie. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Flash. And it's Lively in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Pass to Middleton for the lead. And Davis sends it back.
That is tremendous work by Davis right there. Guys better think twice about challenging him at the rim.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Shot's good by Middleton.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Here's George. Hasn't made one yet. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson.
That's 3 straight misses to start the second half. Not what they wanted.
Outside Irving. From deep. Pass to Christie. Traps in the tray. Christie's got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you so much. We know Kyrie Irving is going to get his buckets, but he wants to keep everyone involved. He said, what's worked for me is allowing others to shine their light in their own capacity, encouraging them to do so, and then, when it's my turn, just flourishing in that role. Back to you guys.
He does it well. All right, Allie, we thank you very much.
So much fluidity from Sarr, going right at the rim with that slam.
And over 3 years in high school, Anthony Davis shot up from being 6'2" to 6'10". But Greg, he brought those guard skills with him.
And Kevin, that transformation as a pro also significant, adding over 30 pounds to his frame. And with his wingspan over 7'5", he is a physical presence.
Nemhard's checked in. And a change for the Wizards. Koulibaly, he's checked in for Johnson. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Nemhard. Pass to Flag. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
And let's take a look now at some stats for Middleton. How he performed last season. Put up about 12 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, with some guys, we always talk about potential. What I like about him, he comes to work every night and actually produces.
Marshall, he's checked in for Dallas. And then for Washington, Champagne's checked in, and Colton Carrington subbed in for Keyshawn George.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
Williams, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And a switcher also for Washington. Vukcevic is checked in. The Mavericks leading. So, Tim, the District of Columbia and the Wizards reaching a deal to keep them in D.C. through 2050.
Along with a project to expand the arena complex, create an entertainment district, and implement safety and transportation upgrade. Really exciting stuff.
Pass to Koulibaly. Down low. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
When every possession matters, your defense has to be better.
Williams kicks to Middleton. There's 37 seconds left in the third. 4 on the clock. Again, the Mavericks score.
Nice, a mid-range jumper by Middleton. I didn't know guys were allowed to take that shot anymore.
Pass to Koulibaly. Nice ball movement by Washington. Inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Now, flag. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking.
Good D, good pull. Understand something, one shot, one rebound, and let's go. We take care of the ball, get good shots, and get back on defense. Keep talking.
Efficiency, fundamentals. That's what I'm hearing from Jason Kidd right there.
Yeah, and there's a toughness to the way they're playing right now, and they're communicating. That's what Coach wants to keep seeing.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Bilal Koulibaly. D'Angelo Russell out there with Carlton Carrington. And there's Davis. And it's Champagnie in at the power forward. Pass to Marshall. It's tipped. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Yeah, multi-dimensional score. Hard to match up with Russell in that kind of space.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Dallas. It's a one-point game. And here is Marshall. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Wizards. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He has decided it's the right time to talk. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Chris Middleton comes in for Marshall. Flag is checked in for P.J. Washington. And it's Max Christie in for Thompson. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey guys, well, Brian Keefe was just reviewing the plan with his team, and a big reason their team is down, the three-point line. Coach saying in the huddle, we have to battle on the perimeter. They're outplaying us from the arc. Guys?
All right, Allen, we thank you for that. Davis with the rebound and the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lively is screen on Young. Irving. Davis pulls it down.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Oh, the jump.
How about Sarr? Just ridiculous athleticism for a 7-footer.
The Mavericks trailing. Lively sends a screen for Middleton. Jacks up a three. Not that time. It won't go.
2 minutes remaining.
Wizards have gone 3-5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And the rejection by Lively. Irving outside. He drills the three.
Irving embracing the brightest lights.
Irving against Young. From deep. Outside George. He parachutes in for the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Young against Irving. Lively sends a screen for Irving. Missed on the three.
Well, his three-pointer just hasn't been there in the second half.
Now Young. Sarr. Count it.
Letting the big man Sarr go to work inside. I like aggressive down low.
Irving looking for an opening. Now here is George. Defense is right there. Young outside Davis. And get the three. Now Middleton. Strong move off the glass.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Great shot at the right time.
And Kyrie trying to do it again. He is one of the game's best closers.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keith. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
Young outside. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. So a close game sees Dallas taking this. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on the edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our